afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for February 25th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. I guess we look at life that we inhabit, or do we? Do we wander through this existence in these bodies without understanding the greatness of the experience that we are in? Do we listen to the birds? Do we feel the breezes? How often do we sit quietly and do nothing and just savor the moment that we're in? An interesting quote that Sai Baba made was, banish the ego and develop the spirit of surrender. You will then experience bliss. Banish the ego and develop the spirit of surrender. Now, we know we talk a lot about the ego mind. We understand that it's been with us always, and we understand how it works, at least to a certain extent. So when we determine or decide to journey within us, within ourselves, excuse me, and to discover the joy and the bliss and the happiness that we truly are in the kingdom of God within each and every one of us, how do we banish the ego? The people say, how do you banish the ego and develop the spirit of surrender? When we surrender, we let it all go. We don't fight it. None of us are exempt from the fact that we fight things with ourselves. We have tug-of-wars within ourselves. And I think for a lot of us, we do it because we think it's just regular. It's just what we do. It's part of our existence in these bodies. And when we discover the spirit of surrender, all the things that we latch on to, hold on to, sometimes for dear life we hang on to things. Sometimes it's unconscious, sometimes subconscious. Not a lot consciously. I don't think we do it consciously. And there is really nothing that we need to do. And there really is nowhere that we need to go to find out who we are and what is inside our soul. Now, we know our mind is always busy seeking, searching, yearning to find, quote, unquote, the answer that will satisfy its thirst. And yet, when we simply stop searching and remain very quiet, really relaxing inward, with infinite patience and stillness, we will eventually discover a feeling, a sense, a knowing of bliss that is beyond anything any of us have ever experienced before. And once we connect with this bliss, it is the core truth of who and what we are. It's always here. It abides as we at the core of our being. It feels like a deep, vast presence of eternal peace and extreme joy combined. Feel that, a deep, vast presence of eternal peace and extreme joy combined. An interesting thing is, it has always been here, waiting for each of us to relax into it. And all we have to do, each and every one of us, is simply remove our energy and attention from the outer world to find it is inside of us. We talk about this, and you can't talk about it enough, because the civilization, on the most part, does not know this. It's always been here waiting for you to relax into it. You see how we go outside of ourselves so often? Most of the time, actually. And when you remove your energy and attention from the outer world, external authorities, external activities, external attention getting occupy you, you will find it is inside you. Now, some of the advanced or highest, greatest enlightened masters all say in their own ways to live in this world, yet not of this world. Okay? Pretty good advice. The greatest masters, enlightened masters, will they all, if you read about what their philosophies are, is to say to live in this world yet not of this world. What does that mean to each and every one of us? That's the important part. What does that mean to each and every one of us? To live in this world but not of this world. You can be here, but you will not be in it. You can be in it, but not of it. So live in it, but not of it. And what does that mean? It means to remove yourself from the external everything. And the meaning, do your life, yet don't get hooked into it. You see? Do your life, but don't get hooked into it. Most of us get hooked into it. In other words, do not be attached to dramas and traumas of this short time each and every one of you are here. We all have come here for much more amazing things. We are here to discover the divineness within us. And this glory state of bliss can only find you if your being is pure and not attached to anything out there. not attached to anything out there. And we seem to gravitate towards complication, complicate everything. Life and love is so simple. It is actually effortless. Yet, we easily run around our entire lives seeking it everywhere in the outer world. And we always do what? We miss it. There is real freedom available to each and every one of us in this very moment. And we can access it by surrendering our minds to something bigger than us. For even just a few minutes in total stillness and silence. So it's highly recommended in your own way, in your own direction. Call off the search for happiness out there and relax into the truth of who you are. Stop searching for fulfillment outside of yourself in this physical world. It's all a trap. All the money, all the success, all the relationships, all the possessions, all the accomplishments, all the social likes and desirous experiences will only, and I mean only, satisfy you temporarily. Yet, it will never fully satisfy you. All of them, all of the things I just said, their joy is impermanent. Impermanent. And it will come, and it will disappear like the clouds in the sky. You will experience fleeting moments of happiness. And yet only minutes later, the mind starts seeking for something else, which it believes will make you happy again. It is very important that each of us be very careful of this desiring, demanding, needy ego. It is deeply addicted to entertainment, thoughts, and desires. It is not your real identity. It's almost like your shadow, a false figure that shows up from you, blocking the light. The ego is always following the mind like a lost sheep. It's not listening to your heart. Your heart knows the way to true happiness. The heart-mind is the only way through it to true happiness. And what is real happiness? It is found when you stop this ego mind and drop deeper within you. And when you completely stop the outer search, completely stop the outer search, and feel into your soul, experience that which is real, that which doesn't come or go, what is permanent. Continuously redirect your attention towards what this is. That which is eternal will be filled with the divine light of awareness. Go beyond your ego. If you want to reach a true state of bliss, go beyond the ego. Go within, the kingdom of God within you. Every time each of us were unhappy, it was because we were over-identified with a belief, thought, or desire. We lost our center of awareness and became this grasping, needy, demanding, illusionary mind. Now, whenever we feel unhappy, the desiring mind is simply not getting what it thinks will make it happy from the outer world. The mind is an addict. Do not trust it. Do not trust the mind. It is an addict. Trust your heart instead. It knows the way home. It always has known the way home. And the mind cannot instantly open the door to the divine. Only the heart can. The door to the heart is always open and ready for you to step through. What is it that we must do? Open up to this great love inside of you that loves all people, including yourselves, unconditionally, no conditions, purely, deeply. Discover this love inside your heart. It is the one love where everything good in your life radiates from. And this love is the actual center of it all. Just remember that your mind is the great distraction on this great journey to finding bliss. The mind is always there, distracting and leading you away. It will entrap you in all sorts of crazy emotions. And what are they? Anger, frustration, sadness, doubt, fear, many more. Yet even when these challenging moments occur, don't give them much energy. Really, truly, do not give them a lot of energy. Relax into your heart. Feel into your soul. We all know what a drama queen is. That's what your ego is, a drama queen. And a professional at making you unhappy. You can step back from it, all of it. Relax into that source of love that is there at your innermost being. This is the door to bliss. It is the source of who each and every one of us truly are. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be diminished, changed, diluted, or tainted by the unhappiness of the ego mind. The bliss of your being is always available. We were created by deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, of deep eternal love, by source creation, pure consciousness. We are supreme reality. We are beyond consciousness. We're learning this. We're progressing. The bliss of the Creator, source creation, pure consciousness, forever permeates all of creation. And it is only in the forgetting that misery exists. And the good news is that each and every one of us can pull over and stop the suffering right now. Right now. None of us ever have to do anything again to experience the bliss of our being. Our simple state of beingness is our blissful nature. To just be. Detach yourself from the external authorities, from the external influences, from the incessant, unending requests of the ego mind. Beingness is each and every one of ours blissful nature. Allow yourself to surrender to who and what you truly are beneath all those thoughts and experiences. You've got to be tired by now of this perpetual search for being satisfied. And the ego has been conducting this massive search for lifetimes. Every time we enter a body, it starts again. And by now, we must be ready for a break. Now, there's three simple things before we go into bliss in this meditation. Practice these. We practice daily meditation. It's the fine art of watching all the various thoughts passing through the moment without getting caught up in them, while simultaneously following the rising and falling of the breath, relaxing deeper and deeper into the body until it's perfectly at peace and at ease with all of existence. And the golden secret to meditation is that no matter how many times your mind wanders back to following the thoughts, continue to practice being the watcher of your breath. Do it with total devotion. Do it always. Practice it always. And something magical will begin to happen. You will start to see, I guarantee you, how meaningless your thoughts and stories truly are. And your mind then becomes quieter, quieter, and quieter. And you become more at peace with the totality of life as it is. And as your thoughts soften and slow down, they begin to lose their power, and a tremendous peace descends upon your life. And a new energy begins to emerge in you. An exquisite blissfulness that has no rhyme or reason, but simply exists at the core of your nature. This is the bliss of your being, the bliss of consciousness that is the very core of who each and every one of us are. And consciously, and I emphasize consciously, choose to be in the now. Choose to be in the now. When you consciously choose to stay away from dwelling in the past or future, you are left with only living in the now. Here, you are naturally experiencing this pure bliss of being. In the now, the ego falls away and is replaced by the beauty of this moment. And look closely into the precious moment and notice that it is the only place you can relax and be yourself. You can dive deeper into the present moment by focusing on what your senses are experiencing. Bring awareness to what you are seeing, feeling, hearing, smelling, and touching. After attuning to your senses, refocus your attention on how divine it is to have a body with amazing senses. Be fully present to each activity you engage in, and a certain alertness will grow within you. The awareness naturally melts all thoughts away, leaving you with this state of blissful being. And surrender to the God source. Ask yourself the question, where is the spiritual source of existence coming from? And at the very core of reality, we always can find the light of awareness. And when we surrender to the light of awareness, we always find profound peace. And surrender is the easiest action in the universe because it requires no action at all. It is a deep letting go of efforting. In surrender, we simply relax, and in this relaxation, the ego releases its tight grip on life. Surrender is all about devotion to a higher path, meaning and purpose in life. It is a way of living life that is humble, open, loving, and true to each moment. Surrender is being deeply devoted in the egolessness of our real nature, which is always there resting just behind our humility, our humbleness, our gentleness, our kindness. But all in all, each of us are left choosing this, for the only way is to choose it. So, surrender. If you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax the body. Let go. Surrender. Everything. All external activities, attentions, everything that has drawn you. Everything. All of it. Surrender. Relax the body. Feel it. Take a minute. Feel the relaxation in the body. Feel it pour off of you effortlessly. You aren't forcing anything. Body will respond. The body will relax. And as we relax, we move into the now. The now is all we have. The past is gone. It has already been experienced. It is dead. The future hasn't been created as of yet. The now is all we have. And by being in the now, we still the mind. We just be. That's all we are. We are just being. It's not a lot of effort. It is simple. It is with ease. And as we're in the now, this very moment, we're creating our futures. We designed them. We are supreme reality. We are God. As we relax the body, have moved into the now, we want to breathe. The breath. The breath is the power. The breath is the focus. We breath in through our noses. We breath out through our mouths. As we breath in through our noses, we take a nice, healthy breath in. We hold it for a brief period of time, 3 seconds. And we use vibrational frequencies, words. I am love. I am light. I am. I am light. I am love. I am. I am light. I am love. I am. And then we do a wonderful breath out through the mouth. We breath out. I want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. The breath fills the body and with oxygen. It energizes the body. Most of us shallow breathe. Again, we take our breath for granted. We just figure it is, so we don't need to pay any attention to it. Not a bad thing. It's just unconscious reaction caused by the ego mind and external draw. So as we focus on the breath, we move into peace. We center and focus only on the now. And the only attraction that any of us have ever had is the bliss within us, the God source. As we breath in divine positive energy. The divine positive energy comes from source creation. Pure consciousness. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond and forever. All created by supreme consciousness. Everything. All of it. Always in motion. It comes in through the kingdom of God within each and every one of us. It comes in through the heart mind. It does not come in through the ego mind. It is a feeling, a vibrational frequency of the highest high. It communicates to us 24/7, non-stop. And it asks us, each of us, have you surrendered? Have you surrendered to the true gods that you are? Have you surrendered to the bliss within you? Have you surrendered to the true joy that you are? To the true perfection that you are? Have you surrendered? Now, as we breath out, we know that we have the ego mind. We also know that the ego mind has an insatiable thirst that is never quenched, that constantly pushes us outside. All things, everything, success, money, power, all of it is created and pushed on us by the ego mind. And the power that we are is the awareness of clarity and consciousness of this, of it. And we know how to still it. And eventually, it will be no more. Because the more we are inside ourselves, the lesser that voice becomes. Now, we are in the heart mind. We, each of us, have committed and made that decision on our own to stay in the heart mind, to be the master and commander in the heart mind, over the ego mind, overall. We also house the kingdom of God within us, the heart of God, the mind of God. And we have many with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them. They just vibrate at a different frequency. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there in the trillions. All of them of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest gratitudes. It's the same with the Ascended Masters, who are with us now. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, No Moria, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth, many, many more. And they have ascended out of their physical form to in the God form. We, the God form, have ascended into physical form to experience that form and the life it inhabits. It's the only difference. And we're all vibrating of the highest of highest high frequencies of the highest deep eternal love from the highest deep eternal love and the highest deepest gratitudes. In this now, in this meditation as we form it, this circle of light, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form a halo, a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, who is resting. And we emit a brilliant white light, whiter than the whitest white. You don't see us, you don't see the archangels, you don't see the Ascended Masters. You see a ring, a circle, a halo of brilliant light, literally graying out the darkness of space and all creation. Where does it come from? It comes from the God, source creation. It comes from pure consciousness. It is no different than an artist creating beauty on an empty canvas with unlimited colors of vibrancy. It is no different. For we, all of us, are the light, source creation, pure consciousness. We are supreme reality, and we actually are beyond consciousness. So we begin to float up above the planet. We just meditate effortlessly. As we do, we step outside the body. Those of us who are still inhabiting bodies step outside the body. And we all just float, and we receive massive, continual stream of bliss, of joy, of peace, of abundance, of prosperity from that which created us, source creation. Pure consciousness, unending, flowing. And it creates a field, a gossamer, transparent, see through it, glitter, refractive light, multicolored, everywhere, all over the planet, in, on, above, and below, everywhere throughout the solar system, beyond. Emerald green, flaming, healing light of Archangel Raphael to remind us of the power of healing that we are. The violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael to remind us of our strength, our resolve that we are. The purple transmuting flame to remind us of the power that we are, to transmute low frequencies into neutral light substance and to send them off to the great central sun or to source creation. of that which it came. Violet ray to remind us of the power that we are, of the cleansing of all low frequencies. The white fire to remind us of the power of protection that we all are. It is pure, deep, eternal love. And it is at such a high vibrational frequency that the light is absolutely brilliant. Cannot be viewed by the naked eye. In the golden white pink light of source creation, of that which created Mother, Father, God, masculine, feminine, of that which created prime source creator God, of that which created all of us, gods within these bodies, to remind us that we are deep, eternal love, everlasting. Now we call out to all the light energy beings. They're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light, in the highest and deepest gratitudes. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes. They fill trillions of universes. From every direction, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the deepest of eternal love. We are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the deepest of eternal love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of Agartha, hollow earth, beneath earth, inner earth, many, many, many civilizations, and only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, deepest gratitudes, can join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest and deepest eternal love. And we're all one, and we're all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, just to name a fraction of them. The Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Sirians, the Pleiadians. Many, many, many more. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, the highest and deepest gratitudes, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions. They've been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment, and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest, of deepest eternal love. We are all one. We are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest gratitudes can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, generosity, humbleness, kindness, gentleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest, of deepest, eternal love. And we are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest, of deepest, eternal love. Their gods are with our gods are with theirs. And we are all love. And we are all one. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this circle of light, this meditation. Just to name a few of them. Fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, mermaid, dolphin, whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur, and many, many, many more. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, and deepest gratitudes, join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and they come in the trillions. Shapes, sizes, forms, colors, configurations of which we have never seen before. Our gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all in the highest, of deepest, eternal love. Their gods with our gods with theirs. We are all one. We are all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It's at center circle. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, all expanding. The highest of highs of vibrational frequencies of deepest eternal love and gratitude, flooding the very fabric of creation of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this sphere affects the universe. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Feel it flood you. It is non-stop. It saturates and floods your physical body. It floods and saturates the kingdom of God within you, your soul, your spirit, all of you, everything. And you surrender. You choose to surrender to it all, to the bliss that you are, to the happiness that you are, to the gentleness that you are, and benevolence and tranquility that you are. You surrender to these, of which are all within you. We look down upon this planet, Earth Gaia. We see all of our brothers and sisters. We see all life. And life is the highest value. And all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. They too are being flooded, saturated, head to toe, inside and out, permeating everything. They discover, they surrender to the bliss within them, to the God within them, to the joy, to the peace, to the tranquility, to the benevolence, to the gentleness. In all things, all reside within each and every one of us. It is time to surrender to the bliss, the love, the joy, the light, the happiness that we all, each and every one of us, are. So we surrender now, permanently. We join in the meditation and return to close us out. impactful for each and every one of us, this transition of this planet and the uplifting of the civilization to a much higher frequency and density, and discovering the fact that we are all the bliss inside of us, the journey within, and we transform everything. And once we surrender to the external, out there, constantly pursuing, chasing, grabbing, wanting, never ever being satisfied, everything will change. Everything will change. So take this with you. I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty here on talking. Hopefully everybody can hear me. But once we surrender to the bliss that we are inside of us, everything, no matter how it feels in the beginning, it is what we are. It is the bliss within the God within us. So when we take this and in our own way, in our own decision, decide, embrace this from this now on, we will still the ego mind once and for all, and we will move into a higher existence. So take this with you the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. Embrace it from this point forward, from this now, never looking back. And we will have a TFCC tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We're going to talk about the Earth, Gaia. We're going to talk about the different shifts and changes that she is going to be using or doing from a clear perspective and not a muddled one. We're also going to talk about empowerment for each and every one of us through the transition. That's at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, Wednesday. We will be back here for continuing the Global Guided Meditation Call at 3 p.m. February 26, 2020, 3 p.m.